Hi, my name's Tammy. I just wanted to do a quick video about 2024 and kind of some predictions or what's to be expected. First of all, I would like to say always take what resonates and let go of the rest. If what I'm telling you does not resonate, just click off the channel and move on with your day. Okay, this information is for those who are ready, as well as all the information I give out. This is for those who are ready, and not everybody is ready for the information I have. With that being said, so today is January 22nd. 2024. So I had channeled some things of high probabilities that would happen this year. With that being said, they are probabilities. These are not set in stone. If you understand energy, nothing is set in stone. These are based on the current energies and their high probabilities, so they could change. All right. One of the first things that comes up is there's going to be an increase, unfortunately, in natural disasters, and with that, there could possibly be man-made disasters. What I'm talking about is earthquakes, tsunamis, and flooding specifically is what was coming up. There can be other things that happen too, of course, but specifically earthquakes, tsunamis, and flooding. And with that, not all of these are actually going to be natural disasters. Some of them could be man-made, man-caused, because they now have figured out how to control our weather, and they've weaponized our weather. So yeah, I tell you this not to put you in fear, but so that you can prepare. Never go into a state of fear. Okay, that's what they want you to do. So some possible places that I was getting for these natural and or man-made disasters, one of the main places that come up was Uganda. So I got Uganda, Syria, Lebanon, Libya, India and Northeast Asia. Definitely Korea, but I don't know which side of Korea. Japan, Turkey, and Palestine or Palestinia, Uganda, and New Guinea. These are possibilities or high probabilities. They're not set in stone, and they didn't tell me which type of disaster would happen in each place. So I did get, though, that something is going to happen in, I don't know if it's called Palestinian or Palestine, I'm sorry, but in the one that's at war with Israel right now. So I was being shown that there's going to be something happen there. So between the war with Israel and whatever disaster happens there is really going to kick their ass, basically. So And again, I don't know if this is a natural disaster or a man-made disaster. So there are, powers that be that have control over super powerful weapons. They've weaponized the weather. They have all kinds of things they use, okay? The majority of the public have no freaking clue what the powers that be are capable of and the technologies that they possess. Okay? All right, with that being said, another thing that I see coming up is more UFO sightings. More UFO sightings and possibly types of ET contacts, especially among what we call the light workers, contactees, preparing for this shift and getting people ready for the shift and for the main disclosure. Okay, another huge prediction is a lot of exposures coming out, exposures and disclosures coming out, especially being with maybe government entities, high profile figures, politicians, maybe some actors or people in that type of industry. Probably a lot of stuff coming out regarding human trafficking, sex trafficking, things of those natures. I'm also getting to there's going to be a lot coming out with, sorry, hold on. Okay, another prediction is, this one's going to be huge dismantling of this system. The light workers already know about this. A lot of the unsuspecting public do not realize that we live in a very corrupt system. There are so many things hidden from the public. But anyways, this is dismantling of the system. So most of your businesses, corporations, and government entities that are corrupt based on greed, corruption, lies, deception, all these are going to start collapsing. There's going to be exposures, whistleblowers, all kinds of things that happen, and that bring these, that basically crumble these business, that basically will help to dismantle these businesses and entities, which is needed, and it will look very scary to someone who doesn't understand what's going on, but it's very necessary, because this is what's going to assist in bringing about the shift to New Earth. And if you don't know what New Earth is, check out my video on New Earth. Basically, it's going to look, it's a comparison as if you were to lift up a rock or a boulder, like a large rock in the ground, lift it up, and you have all these creepy crawlies, creatures running out and scurrying off that have been hiding under this, built their home and been hiding and living under this rock that nobody's seen. Well, now you lift up the rock and things are being shown, and they scurry off, and they no longer have that power in numbers, and there's going to be a lot of like I said, disclosure and exposure of what these people and beings have been up to, and their crimes against humanity. One more thing too is there might be an individual within Disney, which I guess would fall under the film industry, but all this actually will help awaken the people. There's going to be huge spiritual expansion and awareness happening this year, unlike we've ever seen before. But it's because of all these atrocities and all these things that are being shown to us that we awaken. So another big activity or event that I see, there's probably actually two separate ones. I was being shown something involving police officers, some event that's probably comparable to the George Floyd event. I don't know exactly what it will be that they've done, but something where they've done something wrong or corrupt that is exposed to the public, and the public demands justice, and there will be demonstrations and possibly rioting and stuff. It's very comparable, I'm being shown, to what happened during the George Floyd death, as well as events that both the police officers and the military will be involved with. I'm assuming this is within the U.S., but I'm not for sure. I just know it's going to involve police officers, and then the military have to join, but the officers and the military are basically being commanded to control people or to do something with the public that is not right or just. And there's a division between the officers and a division between the military, because some of them are still asleep basically, and some of them are awakened, and they're awakening to the deception that they've been programmed to do, and they're being forced to, or basically forced to do something with the people or control the people for things that probably is something that takes away our freedoms, or just something within a corruption or a deceit. And so they're divided because some of them are just doing it, and others are like, no, I'm not going to do this. This is wrong. But they're being asked to do this, or being forced to do this within their job. So they have to decide, okay, do I do what's right? And do I have to leave my job? Or do I do what I'm told and do the wrong thing? So there's going to be, and that in itself is going to cause huge expansion and awakening. And it's probably not going to be pretty. It's definitely not going to be pretty. It may be revolved around another thing where they do, it could possibly be revolved around Disease X. Okay? Not saying that's for sure, but they're already planning on it. So we'll see what happens with that. One last thing that I can think of that I want to add to is people will, well, a couple things. People are going to be definitely leaving jobs, marriages, relationships, religions. This will really be apparent this year, but it'll continue on for many years. But you'll see that in huge numbers. People who don't understand that everything is mind can start kind of losing it, because those who haven't learned how to control their thoughts and control their mind will start controlling them, and they will go into a very dark place. And so there may be a lot more suicides, or people kind of losing it and doing crazy shit. So yeah, that's all I can think of right now, but that's a pretty big list. And again, this is just to prepare you, not to scare you. Do not go into fear mode or anything, but be prepared. Know that these things may happen. So, just prepare mentally, spiritually, and, make sure that you do have, some emergency kits available and stuff for you and your family and your pets. And have maybe some plans available, for earthquakes and stuff, especially if you have small children, things like that. Be prepared, have a plan. So there's one last thing to add to that, and this is probably one of the main things that comes up, is there's going to be revolts, demonstrations, pushback, possibly rioting and stuff, but I'm mostly seeing revolts and stuff like that. Basically pushing back, more than likely against our government entities. So, all right, well, I hope you enjoyed this information. Again, please just prepare. Do not go into fear. Okay? Have a good night. Thanks. If you are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. That would be great. Also, comment, ask me questions. Would love to answer your questions.